Bryant-Denny Stadium, as we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. He'll bring it out. It's Tate. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Hold it, finds his man on the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Finds his man down the middle.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And he converts on third down as he gets it out to the 26.
Every offensive coordinator in the country, they come in the game, they have a script. They have a couple plays they want to go through to get their team settled in, get down and get in good third down situations, execute on third down. Nice start on this opening drive by the offense.
Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31.
Just a simple power play. power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a fourth quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
Looking to pass. It's Sayin. He hurls one deep down the left side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
Well, this defense was ready for go-balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up. And if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. The give to the running back from the shotgun.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. Hey, no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
I like his call in plus territory. The punt would have to be so precise, might as well leave the offense out there on fourth down. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And the Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Dropping back, it's Sayin. With the catch, it's Jackson. At the 35, he's got room. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to keep it in the air. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Trying to escape and get it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Grabbed behind the line, it's Peoples. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Second down coming up in this red zone opportunity. Wants to throw. It's Sayin. Steps away. And the heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Well, the offense has made it known on this drive. They're trying to throw the football. They're going to let this quarterback go to work. The defense does a great job winning up front. They get the sack to try to slow this momentum down.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third down, he drops to throw. He's got it on the move. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. Might be calling a hot route. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Looking to throw. Dances away to buy time. They wrap him up. He tried to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he's stuck in the backfield.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. First down, goal-to-go situation, you cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
They lost ground on first down. Now second and goal from the 5. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO. They were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
On third and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Back to pass, it's Sayin. Fires into the end zone. And they will score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You talk about ball control offense. This offense just held the ball for the whole first quarter and then some. Strung a drive together, making the great plays when they needed them. That's a great opening statement from this offense.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. Discards him with the stiff arm. Out of bounds at the 22, and just like that, they're out of trouble. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. He's going to go for a big one. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
You know, after watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up, but he's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
On the ground, it's Jackson. Quick spin on the run. Flying down the right side. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Boy, did he just scorch that defense for that score.
He shows you all of it, Reese. He's got the speed, he's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. You just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed them for the big play in the running game. One snap, one touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Smashes it with the stiff arm. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. offense rolls onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel it.
Intercepted! A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes. And that's exactly what they were thinking that time. Just a little bit off on the throw. Nice play by the defense, but I love the aggressive nature that time by the O.
Wants to pass. Makes the catch. It's Tate. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got.
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd. Man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Gives him the big stiff arm. He's able to work his way across the 25 to the 26 before going out of bounds. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking to throw at Simpson. Working that wide receiver screen. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll move the tight end. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Makes the grab. It's Miller. Turns it on in midfield. All kinds of room to the right. The tag. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown time.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going into half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Fielded in the end zone. It's Graham. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. On the ground, it's Jackson. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Throws to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Graham. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
This offense is clicking. Everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
Snagged out of the air. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Fires toward the end zone. And the throw and catch was good, but you got to do it the field of play. He couldn't quite keep that foot in bounds.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football. You really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
This offense has been money on 4th down here in the first half. They'll try to make it 3 for 3. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. The sure hands, it's Tate. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Finds his man. It's Miller. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Simpson. Looking to the big tight end. Got a man, it's Cuevas. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. Alabama quickly back to the line. To the air on 1st down.
It's so hard for these DBs to try to match up with this guy one-on-one in the back end. He's just too big, and he's just able to run the corner out-muscle everybody for the football, and haul in the catch.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throwing right. And he will score! Touchdown, Alabama!
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
Let's see what he can do with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Offense has enough time to get off the play before we head to the half. Lost a throw on 1st down. He rifles one deep to the left. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from
wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might have been a decision where he got a little bit greedy, and David, the defense made him pay.
And this defense is...
He's going to fire deep. And here's the third interception of the night. And that ball's on the ground behind the line. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. It looked as if he got a hand on it before it traveled 10 yards, and that's going to be a penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Back to throw, it's Simpson. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. They're dealing with a second and long. Oh, this defense wants to bring some pressure. With the catch, it's Bernard. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
He'll try to get it through the air. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And they add 6 more on the board with a trip to the house. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your...
Oh, he's got some space. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time, it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
Back to throw, it's Sayin. Quickly out to the tight end. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He'll try to take it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get
seen in this game, the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his second pick thrown in this game.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They evened things up the last time they had it, and the defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. Looking downfield on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Grab near the marker, it's Miller. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Makes the grab outside. It's Williams. He gets down to the 25 before going out of bounds. D showing blitz. They might be bluffing. To the air, it's Simpson. Might be looking to run. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And here's what I like about this play, man. First thing you do is take away the easy stuff. Make him react, get him outside the pocket, and now you got to catch him. You got to have a plan for a mobile QB when he gets out the pocket. Who's going to pull the trigger, come up, and chase after him? Nice discipline by this defense to get the sack.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And here's the third interception of the night. Trying to take it back. The 40. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his second interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those two interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. The defense made a play with that interception to set them up. Now to see if they can cash it in. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out the quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last two drives. The best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Just on the edge of the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. Tight end finds a soft spot. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the 4th all tied up. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Quarterback keeps driving looking for the score. He loses the football. Quickly gets back on top of it and prevents a turnover.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
Now it's 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th. Lining up to add another. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Adams. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. Here comes that Alabama offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we've got a close game here at the start of the 4th quarter, right? This team obviously is down, but they're not playing it close to the vest. Being aggressive, first play of the drive, trying to throw it down the field. They're going to have to complete some of these if they're going to get this comeback win in this game.
Alabama pushing the tempo.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going.
That's a fumble. Recovers the fumble, and he's still going. Knocked down, but not before he gets the 1st down after recovering the fumble. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Back to pass, it's Simpson. And they're not on the same page there.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now, because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for about.
There he goes. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some 1st downs. Get in position. And here they are on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Miller. Touchdown, Bama! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback. Finally running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
And the extra point ties the game in the 4th. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The ground game. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Buckeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Whistle blows, clock stops, and there are 2 minutes left to play in this one. quarterback on the keeper. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Caught near the sticks. It's Jackson. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
And that's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it, make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now in this game. They've got to find a way to get this guy more involved.
Showing off the arms. Got enough for the first down. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be balanced. Run the football. Make sure this defense stays honest.
Quarterback may change this route. To the air, it's Sayin. Going downfield for the big play. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. Here in the fourth quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football. They're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best, and that time they were able to force an incompletion.
Score is deadlocked, and we're running out of time. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, they've thrown 2 straight incompletions, and they just need to play pitch and catch on this next play. They're down a possession, and you don't have to necessarily get the first down right here, but if you don't get it, you've got to at least keep the fourth down manageable to give yourself an opportunity to keep pushing the ball down the field and give yourselves a shot to win.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Finds the tight end. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
And I think the defense doing a really good job of understanding this is late in the game. It matters. Taking away the sidelines, taking away the middle of the field, making him kind of check the football down, go through his progressions, and make that clock tick.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on fourth down. And the fourth down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down, they're ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play, and now their offense is coming on the field.
They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. To the air, it's Simpson. Grabbed over the middle, it's Miller. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. The Crimson Tide a long, long way from the line to gain here on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. Looking for more room. 4 quarters, not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football. I'm finding out which of these two teams is the most mature, who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
We'll get it started here in overtime. Handoff from the shotgun. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. With a condensed field in overtime, if you can establish the run, it is a huge advantage.
Big-time advantage. You establish your physicality, come out the gates, put you in a positive way. Now, I can play action, opens the whole play.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. In the red area, it's Jackson. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
Here's the handoff. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Quick strike complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
What's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter of space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Now to keep this overtime drive going on 3rd and short. He wants it all. Touchdown, Ohio State. They strike first in overtime.
Really nice job by the quarterback there of just letting the play develop. He had his eyes down the middle of the field, and I think when he saw that deep middle area vacated, he said to himself, I've got a guy running right into that area. I'm throwing this thing on time, and this is going to be a touchdown. And that's exactly what happened.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer, like you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the 3rd overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Caught in the backfield, it's Horton. Running through contact. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown time! They got it in the end zone. Now a decision to make with the point after.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
And the extra point splits the uprights. second overtime. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Bernard. Lowers those pads. Touchdown, Alabama! That score gives them the lead here in the second overtime. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Now in the second overtime, you must go for the two-point conversion. Defense going to use a timeout here to make sure everyone is crystal clear on their assignment here in overtime. They got the touchdown. Now in the second overtime, you have to go for two. He's looking to throw. They got it, executed beautifully, and the lead is 8 in double OT. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Scanning the field, it's Sayin. Pulls it in, it's Tate.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Got his man quickly. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all of the linebackers, all of the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
Wants to go up top. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They got one score they needed. Now they need the deuce to send us to triple OT.
I think the quarterback showed his head coach a lot on that last touchdown pass, the poise and the confidence. And because of that, David, on this upcoming two-point play, you might just put it back into his hands and let him go win it for him.
Yeah, man, I need it again, right? Like these rules, I got to go for two. This is a clutch moment. Obviously, got to come up big. Do you trust him again? You worked on these two-point plays all year long, all week long. That's what you do. You know the rules. Now you got to go execute.
They've got to get it in on the two-point try to force a third overtime. From the gun, he'll try to throw. He got it. Two-point try is good, and will keep playing football in triple overtime. So here we go, dueling two-point conversions from this point forward. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. If he runs this back, this game's over. They're stopped on the two-point try, and we are still tied.
That's the end of the second overtime, with the game still tied.
After the stop, now a two-point try to win the game. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. They can't get it in. Neither team can get the two, and we'll play another overtime. Let's do it again, guys, shall we? And we'll see just how far down the play sheet they have to go for this two-point try. The play action fake. They got it done with the two, and now they hold the edge deep in overtime.
It's all about mental toughness. That's impressive there to get the two-point play, and now you're putting it on your defense. Can they rise up to the occasion, David, make a play and end this?
Man, and that's what you're doing. You're trying to get energy from them. You're walking over there too. Guys, we just need one stop. One stop and we walk out of here a winner. I know you're exhausted. Just give me one more play.
Now they'll have to respond with a two of their own. To throw, it's Sayin. He's into the end zone. Two-point conversion is good, and we've got a tie game.
And here we go again. Goodness gracious, another tie ball game, another overtime. These teams just going back and forth, answering the call over and over again.
David, I hope you don't have a flight you have to catch after this game, because we are going to be here a while. This is back and forth in overtime. Everybody's converting two-point plays. I don't even want this game to stop.
Two-point conversion attempt is coming. From the gun. They got it done. A great play call to give them the lead by 2. This will be the ball game. Make it and play on, miss it and lose. They'll move the wide receiver. He's got him. And another answer. We're tied again. And let's keep playing, kids. They'll line up to go for 2. To the air, it's Simpson. Zings it complete to the right. Tremendous execution to get the 2, and now they turn up the heat. So now they'll need to answer to keep this game alive. Looking to throw. Pressure coming. Firing to the right, complete. Not quite going to get there, and he couldn't get this game tied.